Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vic Slain Hope, and I got another video for y'all. And we're going to be doing another law from the 48 Laws of Power. But before I get into the video, I would just like to say that there's other videos that summarize the 48 Laws of Power in other books from Robert Greene that are more educational, and they go more in depth into like the description of the book. I'm just doing it, giving y'all a little hood spin on it, because, you know what I'm saying, the way they do it is a little more educational, and they use a lot of bigger words and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm just letting y'all know that there's a lot of, people that go more in depth into the book. But with all due respect, we're about to get into law number 6. And law number 6 is court attention at all costs. I'm going to read the judgment. Everything is judged by its appearance. What is unseen counts for nothing. Never let yourself get lost in the crowd, then or buried in oblivion. Stand out. Be conspicuous at all costs. Make yourself a magnet of attention by appearing larger, more colorful, more mysterious than the bland and the timid masses. So, with this law right here, it makes sense, right? I kind of like say things like this all the time. I like to be noticed, right? I don't like to be watched. Like, I don't necessarily like to just be stared at or watched, but like, I like to be noticed. When I walk into a place, I like to be noticed. I like people to acknowledge me, like that I just walked into the room. My presence be felt. I like that, right? Plus, I walk with a certain type of confidence that exudes that type of like, confidence and kind of like mystery. I also don't follow the masses, right? I don't dress like everybody dress. I don't do what everybody do to fit in. And I think like a lot of times most of society are doing those things, right? They're always trying to fit in. They're always trying to figure out, how to be part of the crew. And I think like when you don't, it's different ways to kind of like stand out and attract attention, right? Now, one, you can attract attention by basically wearing what everybody else is wearing, but like I feel like at the same time you gotta overdo it, right? So like if people are wearing chains, you gotta wear the bigger chain, or you gotta wear more chains, or it's always like you're trying to outdo the other person because most of the people are doing the same thing. But I notice it's easier when you just the oddball, the person that is not doing what everybody else is doing. You attract attention too, because people are almost wondering like, why you not fitting in, or why you not trying to be a part of this, or why you not lit, right? So, and even though people gonna assume whatever they assume, it attracts that type of mystery, which kind of like the law is talking about, right? To make yourself a magnet of attention, appearing larger, more colorful, more mysterious, right? So part of attracting attention is having that air of mystery to yourself. Now I'm gonna read this. It says, draw attention to yourself by creating an unforgettable, even controversial image. Court scandal. Do anything to make yourself seem larger than life and shine more brightly than those around you. Make no distinction between kinds of attention. Notoriety of any sort will bring you power. Better to be slandered and attacked than to be ignored. I'll give you an example of this. When 50 Cent came out, he came out with a few other songs, right? But then when he came out with How to Rob was a song basically where he dissed a lot of rappers and entertainers in the industry, right? And he basically was talking about how he was going to rob them and take their belongings, right? So this was a dude that nobody really knew. Yeah, maybe he had a little street buzz, but nobody really knew him. So he created a song that was scandalous, talking about things he was going to do to artists and how he was going to take their possessions and rob them, right? And then Jay-Z happened to respond to this song, right? Basically to the song, but he responded to 50 Cent. I believe it was at Summer Jam, and he said, "I'm about $1. What the F is 50 Cent?" Now, Jay-Z was way bigger than 50 Cent. So now, he created a scandal. He created a situation where, based on the song, he got himself to be named by an artist that was bigger than him. So because this artist that was bigger than him named him, now people are wondering and inquiring, who is this dude, right? Who is this cat? So it's very strategic, right? When you kind of like do these type of things, especially if you're up and coming and you're new, right? If you look at a lot of YouTubers on YouTube, right? A lot of these dudes are scandalous. A lot of these dudes are always in beef. A lot of these dudes are always talking about usually bigger YouTubers, right? For example, there's a lot of people on YouTube that's always talking about Hassan Campbell, right? And it makes sense. It makes sense because these people, when you keep talking about a certain individual, like I just gave you the example of 50 Cent, talking about somebody that's bigger and higher than them, and they mention you, you win. That person don't really win. You win, right? So it's kind of like strategic what some of these dudes are doing. I don't know if that's exactly what they're doing, but a lot of them are doing it, and some of them will even say it, right? And some of them even disguise it under other things, but in reality, it's still a chess move. So back to the so anyway, with these laws, another thing that come with these laws is the reversal, right? And I'm gonna get into the reversal a little bit. I haven't covered the reversal in certain laws. Some laws don't come with reversals, but certain laws do come with reversals, and reversals usually mean that there's a time where you should not do what the law is telling you to do. So yeah, it's a lot of YouTubers that do it. It's a lot of, if you look at reality TV, right? A lot of reality TV has scandals. It's always a fight. It's always some drama. It's always a situation, right? And that keeps viewers coming in to see. People, for black people in particular, we love drama. We love, when we was growing up, we used to have this thing where we used to say, like, a party gonna be fun if it gets shot up, or a party was lit if it got shot up afterwards, right? It's a sick way to think, but these are the parties, the so-called lit parties, right? The parties that have that most 9 times out of 10 they're gonna have a situation. There was some type of drama, there was some type of scandal, there was some type of something going on. So definitely court attention at all costs. It definitely can be beneficial when people dress up and go to certain places, right? They wear their nice gowns, they wear expensive clothes, they do certain things, right? Even comedians, excuse me, which I'm gonna get to the reversal, right? Even comedians, right? The comedians that usually have the most controversial, crazy jokes, right? Dave Chappelle, right? A lot of people call Dave Chappelle the GOAT. Why? Because he's scandalous with a lot of his jokes. Like he makes jokes about things that people are tiptoeing around society. So a lot of people like Dave Chappelle for that because he's standing on something that he believes in his craft. He's very crafty in his jokes, and he doesn't care, right? And people like scandal, like I said, But sometimes you gotta know when not to be so scandalous, and that's why I'm gonna talk about the reversal. So it says, the attention that you attract must never offend or challenge the reputation of those above you, not at any rate if they are secure, right? It says you will seem not only paltry but desperate by comparison. So an example of the reversal of the law, right? When you should not be trying to attract no type of attention. This is the example of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Now, again, right? Will Smith, and it says it right here, right? You should never do that when, you might, what it says? It says when you're going to challenge the reputation of those above you. So, for example, who are those above Will Smith, right? In that scenario, is the people who, the Oscars, right? That's why they had the Academy, basically. The whole Academy, I think they banned them for like 10 years. So you basically, you caused a scandal, you caused a situation that became a scandal, not necessarily just about you, but also about the people above you, the people who run the Oscars, the Academy, right? So now you basically made the Academy look bad, and because they have more power than you, now they got to make an example out of you because you made them look bad. So this is a prime example of you should not be indulging, even though earlier it says there's no such thing as a bad reputation or a bad scandal because it brings attention to you. This was a reversal of the law, a prime example of a time when you attracting bad reputation can harm you because you did it at the expense of the Academy, right? And now the Academy is making an example out of you because you made them look bad. So now this can have an adverse effect on Will Smith, right? A lot of people are talking about Will Smith. They say, so it's I don't know, it might hurt him, right? A lot of people might not really want to work with him. They might really be looking at him like, I don't know if I could deal with, so it's gonna ruin a lot of relationships for him. On the other hand, Chris Rock seems to be the one that benefited the most out of it, right? Because he didn't swing back. Now, how he has swung back, now they both would have been in this crazy scandal, and they both probably would have been reprimanded in a certain way, and they both probably would have been hurt. But because he didn't swing back and he didn't do anything, right? He still benefited from the whole situation, right? Because he's looked at as the victim. So that's just a prime example of when not to attract scandalous attention. So let me know what y'all think. Let me know y'all thoughts. If you like the content in the video, like, comment, subscribe, share, and let me know what's up in the comment section. Y'all have a good one. Peace.